Hey, it's Dr. Deal with 5 signs that you may be experiencing disenfranchised grief after the death of a loved one. So what disenfranchised grief is actually when that loss is not being acknowledged, or it's unvalidated by social norms, meaning people may ask you, why are you grieving this or that in that situation? And some examples of that: if somebody died by suicide, or somebody died by a stigmatized illness, or like the LGBTQ community probably experiences this a lot when they're grieving their partner, if their partner has passed away, or a loss of a pet, and people may be like, why are you grieving a pet? It was just a pet. So these are kind of examples of disenfranchised grief, where people would be grieving. Number one, they will be secretly suffering because people just don't accept that they should be grieving about that thing. And that leads me to number two: they may feel a little shame to even bring up that they're grieving about the things that I just gave examples of. And that leads me to number three: you have a lack of support at this point, because now you're feeling like you're isolated, and nobody wants to understand. Nobody wants to hear what you're talking about. And that leads me to number four: you may be feeling guilty too, because you're not letting the world know that you miss your partner who just passed away, or you missed your pet, or the person who committed suicide, or the person who died from HIV or some other stigmatized illness. And you feel that guilt because you should be letting the world know that they were important to you. And that leads me to number five: you're left with dealing with the pain and hurt and loss alone. So if this is you and you're suffering in silence, don't allow anybody to dictate how you feel about somebody, or how something hurt you, the loss, the death of that person, or that animal, or anything, or the way the person died. None of that matters. You have to grieve in a healthy way, so that, you get those emotions out and not let them build up. If you're struggling with this, please seek a therapist so they can help you maneuver through your grieving process. Praying for everybody who has lost anybody.